Hello, I'm Lucy. Let's do some yoga. Bring yourself into a good Tadasana. So legs together, feet together, kneecaps lifted. Lift up the toes and then fan the toes. Place them down onto the mat. And just then stretch the heels down towards the floor as well. Okay, so you're really aware of the feet. Draw the kneecaps up. Take the tailbone down and allow your spine to ascend. Crown of the head lifting up towards the sky. Take the shoulder blades deep into the back and broaden out through the chest. Broaden out across the back. Stretch the arms down. Just take a few moments here, bringing yourself into your center. Once you feel you've got your balance, bring your hands to Namaste, to prayer position. Press the palm skin together, lift up through the chest. Take a breath up into the chest, and then gently close the eyes. Bring your awareness down into your feet, and then feel how the energy rises up through the body, lifting up through the kneecaps, taking the tailbone down again, lifting the breastbone, releasing the shoulders down, releasing the elbows. Release your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax the skin on the face. Release the skin on the back. Press the palms together, just softly, noticing the breath, noticing the lift of the spine, the lift of the kneecaps, the grounding of the feet. And just take a few moments here. Being mindful of how you feel in each moment. Being grateful to Patanjali for his teachings and all your other teachers. Again, release the skin on the face. Relax the shoulders down, shoulder blades deep into the back. Feel how the weight is in your feet, whether you're standing in one leg more than the other. Can you make that weight even? Still keep the legs firm, tailbone down, spine ascending. Breastbone gently pressing into the thumbs. On your next exhalation, release your head down. Take a moment there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently open the eyes. Release your hands. And then bring the gaze forwards. Interlace your fingers, push your palms away, extend out through the arms, bring the elbows to face each other, and then raise the arms up above your head. Try not to disturb the body. Squeeze the elbows in, kneecaps lifted, tailbone down. Keep your throat soft. Exhale, lower the arms. Change the interlace. So it's the other baby finger on the bottom. Push the palms away, squeeze the elbows, and then raise the arms up. Again, try and extend evenly through both sides of the trunk. Keep the gaze soft, keep the throat soft, legs firm. Exhale, lower the arms, and come back to Tadasana. Stretch the arms down. Let's do Trikonasana. Bring the hands up to chest height. Lift the elbows, bend the knees, jump the legs apart. Turn your left toes in a little and turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. So imagine that I'm your mirror. Lift up through the chest and then exhale, go down to the side. Take the shin, roll that right shoulder back, stretch up through the left arm and then turn the head. Look up towards your thumb. Keep the kneecaps lifted. Keep pressing into the outside edges of both feet, and then press down into the big toes of both feet as well. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet to face forwards, and then turn the toes the other way. Right toes in a little, whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Extend out through your left side. Bring the hand down to the shin. Turn the head, look up towards the top hand. Keep the kneecaps lifted so the thighs are firm. So we're not actually locking the knees back. We're opening through the backs of the knees and also working the fronts of the legs. Being mindful not to hyperextend through the back of the knees. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Bring the hands back in. Jump the legs together. Stand tall. Tadasana. Bring the weight back into the heels and lift up through the chest. Let's do Trikonasana again. Be easier this time. Jump the legs apart. Turn your left toes in. Turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Now you're going to extend a little more this time, creating length on this side of the body, on the right side of your body. So from there, lengthen out through the right side of the body, getting a good length from the waist all the way through to the fingertips. Then place the hand down. You might find it'll come down towards the floor now. Don't worry if it doesn't. Just look down, make sure that the kneecaps are lifted, that both feet are firm, and then turn your left ribs back. As you turn the left ribs back, you'll find it easier to look up towards that left hand. Breathe. Press into the outside edge of your left foot. That whole of that blade of the foot, press that down. Move the breastbone away from the hips. Then inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. And we'll go to the other side. Right toes in a little. Whole of the left leg out. Again, we're going to lengthen this left side now. So extend, lengthen more. Lengthen more, lengthen more. Stretch through to the middle finger. Keep the kneecaps lifted, then place the hand down. If it reaches the floor, that's great. Don't worry if it doesn't. Take the shin and where you're comfortable. Roll the left shoulder back, shoulders away from the ears, taking the right ribs back, and then look up towards your right hand. Now make more space between the arms, between the hands. From the breastbone up to that middle finger, from the breastbone down to the middle finger. So we've got energy moving in different ways, different directions. The kneecaps draw up. The outside edge of that back foot, make it firm. Lengthen the spine away from the tailbone. And then stretch up to that top arm, press into the outside edge of the back foot. Inhaling, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Bend the knees, bring the hands together, jump the legs together, lift the chest, tailbone down. Reverse Trikonasana, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Jump the legs apart, 3.5 to 4 feet apart. So I'm going to be turning away from you now. Okay, turn your left foot well in and turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Now the hips turn forward so they're facing the short end of your mat. Press into the outside edge of your left foot and then take your left arm and stretch it straight up. Exhale, fold forwards, keep the kneecaps lifted and place your left hand on the inside edge of your right foot. Lengthen through the spine and then see whether you can take it across. If you can't take the hand across, you can always take the shin. Bring your right hand to the back edge of your sacrum and just press into that area so you know where your tailbone is. Place the hand down towards the floor and then start to turn the body, turning the head to look towards the back wall, looking away now from probably the computer. Lift the spine, lengthen the chest. Inhale, come up. Stretching through into that back arm, into the back foot, and bring the feet to face forwards. Let's go to the other side. Turn your right foot well in, turning the hip, turn the whole of the left leg to 90 degrees. So again, we're squaring the hips to the short end of your mat. Take your right arm, stretch it up, left hand onto your pelvis, onto the sacrum, and then stretch forwards again, keeping the head in line with the tailbone. Place the hand on the inside edge of the foot and see whether you can lengthen the spine more. From here, if you can take the hand onto the outside edge, place it there. If it's too much, come up and hold the shin. Turn the body. Turn the body more. So you're now looking over your left shoulder. Lengthen through the spine. Keep the head in line with the tailbone. Look down. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Bring the hands into the center. Jump the legs together. Stand tall. Let's complete Parivrtta Trikonasana. Bend the knees and jump the legs apart. So we're going to keep the arms out now. Keep your arms like wings. Turn your left foot well in. Turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Keep the legs firm, keep them straight. Press into the outside edge of the back foot so that you have got a grounding through that back leg. Open through the back of the knees. With an exhalation, take your left hand and place it on the outside edge of your right foot. Now use the arm as a lever to turn the body. Turn the body more. Turn the body more. Turn the head, looking up towards your right hand, lengthening through the spine. Look up towards your thumbs, legs firm, kneecaps lifted. Look down. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Extend out through the arms. Let's go to the other side. Turn your right foot well in. Turn the whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Lengthen through the spine and press into the heel on your right foot. Draw the kneecaps up. And then with your next exhalation, exhale. Bring the right hand down onto the outside edge of the left foot towards the shin. Now make space between the arms. Turn the body, looking up towards your left hand. Breathe. Lengthen through the spine. Keep the gaze soft. As you exhale, see whether you can turn a little more. Inhale, look down. Take an exhale, pressing into the back foot. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Bend the legs, jump the legs together. Stand tall. Lift up through the chest. Paschimottanasana. So it's very similar hip work, but this time the hands are going to come to Namaste. So bring the hands to Namaste behind your back, and then lift up through the chest. If this is too much for you, you can always hold the elbows. Okay? So from there, bring the hands up, release the arms, and jump the legs apart. Now bring the hands to Namaste. Turn the palms up, fingers to face towards the head, and slide them up the back as much as you possibly can. Lift the kneecaps, and just be mindful of the grounding of the feet. Press the outside edges of the feet down, draw up the arches of the feet. Turn the left foot well in, turning the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. From here, press the heel down on your left foot. Lift the kneecap on the left leg. Take the tailbone down, so it's sort of plugging into the earth. Inhale, look up. Draw the shoulder blades deep into the back. Draw the elbows back. Kneecaps firm on both legs. With an exhalation, fold forwards over your right leg. So first of all, let's go halfway. Look at the floor. Lift the breastbone forwards. That will increase the intensity of the stretch on the front leg. Now balance that out with the work on the back leg. Press into the heel on the back leg. Then with an exhalation, keeping the spine long, abdomen soft, go to your full pose. Eventually the body rests down on towards the thigh, but don't worry if it hasn't got there yet. Lift the elbows, relax through the back of the neck. Keep the legs firm. Relax the abdomen so that you can extend a little more. Press the palms together. Lift the elbows a little more. Now to come up, press the palms into the back and lift and lengthen the spine, keeping the legs firm. Come back to center. Lift the chest. Turn the back foot well in, taking the heel out, so that's your right foot. Turn the whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Lift the chest. Look up towards the ceiling. Plug the tailbone down. So this brings more work into the thigh, especially if you've got the kneecap lifted well, the back leg. Then exhale, fold forwards. Legs firm. Weight even in the feet, arches drawn up. Come to halfway and look at the floor. Take an inhale and lengthen the spine forwards, away from the hips. Keep the tailbone tucking down a little and the abdomen broad and soft. Relax the face. Following your next exhale, come into the pose a little more. Keep the kneecaps lifted. Lengthen through the front of the body. Taking the abdomen over that front thigh. Release the head down when you get to your maximum. Breathe. Shoulders away from the ears. Abdomen broad and soft, legs firm. Palms pressing gently together. Lengthen the body a little more. Kneecaps lifted. Inhale, look forwards. Pressing into the palms to come up. Pressing into the back leg to come up. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Stretch the arms out, extend. Bring the hands together and jump the legs together. Stand tall. Paschimottanasana. Lift through the chest. Good Tadasana. Let's do it again. It gets easier the second time. Jump the legs apart. You can take your legs a little wider if you want. Bring the hands to Namaste behind the back. Lift up through the chest and get a good length. Now lift the kneecaps up and press down into the feet. So they've got a good grounding. So we've got space to fly up. We've got space to lift the chest. Turn the back foot well in. So your left foot, turn it well in. Take the heel out. Turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Now as you lift your chest and take the chest up towards the ceiling, imagine you've got a mag light attached to your breastbone and you're trying to shine it up onto the ceiling more and more. As you do that, press the heel down on your left foot. Press the shin back on the left leg. Keep the kneecap lifted on the left leg. Now lift the spine, lift the thoracic spine, the back chest spine away from the tailbone so that you've got a length through the lower back. You're not collapsing your lower back. Now exhale, fold forwards. Be mindful that the spine is lengthening. It's staying as long as possible. And just go completely into the pose. So we're not stopping halfway this time. Go to your maximum pose where you feel comfortable and grounded, firm, stable. Relax the face. Now press the palms together so the thumbs press together. You'll feel the elbows lift a little more. Legs firm. Press into the palms to inhale and come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Lift the chest, ground the feet. Just check that the feet haven't snuck in towards each other. And go back to the other side. Right foot turns well in. Whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Press the palms together to open that chest. Tailbone down, lift and lengthen, look up. Press into the heel on the back foot. Exhale, fold forwards over your left leg. All the way down. Face soft, gaze soft. As you get to the bottom, your exhalation should have just finished. Enjoy the inhale. Lift the elbows. Press into the heel on the back foot. Relax the face. See if you can lengthen a little more. So we're not actually shrinking down into the pose. We're trying to grow into these postures. These poses are meant to fill us with energy, so don't draw the energy in too much. Let it expand. Lift the elbows. Inhale, come up. Pressing into the heel on the back leg. Legs firm. Bring the feet to face forwards. Stretch the arms out. Open through the fingers so you get a good length across the palms. And then bring the hands, fingertips together and jump the legs together. Lift the chest. Let's take a rest in Uttanasana. So take your feet hip distance apart, clasp the elbows and stretch them up. Now again, we're going to create length. So the legs are very firm, but we're creating length from the hip right up into the elbow. Then you're going to fold forwards. So you exhale, fold forwards, and allow the body to hang. So here, the tendency is to want to pull the arms down towards the floor. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you actually to not worry about going down so far, but I'd like you to think about moving the elbows away from the thighs, the elbows away from the legs. So the abdomen moves away from the thighs. What that'll do is it'll bring your hips more over the ankles, and it'll give you a really good stretch through the backs of the legs, but also it'll maintain a length through the front and the back of the body, rather than just over the back of the body. Look at your feet, admire them, and as you admire them, make sure that the arches are lifted, that the weight is also down in the outer blades of the foot from the little toe to the outer heel, that there's pressure in the ball of the big toe, and that there's also still pressure in the heel. Change the clasp of the elbows, so just hold on with the hand that's on the bottom, and take the hand that's on the top and just wriggle it underneath the other arm. Okay? And then again, draw the elbows away from the legs, relax through the back of the neck, and take a few lovely moments in this gorgeous pose. Keep the abdomen broad and soft. Lengthen through the side waist, and then connect the side waist to the tips of the elbows and see whether you can make more space there. Now draw the elbows away a little more. If you need to bend the legs, a really good bend. Place your hands on your thighs, look forwards, inhale, come up. If you can come up with a straight, long body, keep the kneecaps lifted, lengthen the elbows away from the hips. Come up, come up, come up. Extend the elbows up towards the ceiling, then exhale, lower the arms. Bring the feet together. Stand, Tadasana. Lift through the chest. Lengthen through the spine. You should be feeling refreshed now. Refreshed enough for Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Bring the hands up. Jump the legs wide, 4.5 to 5 feet. Stretch out through the arms. Turn the left toes in a little. And turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Now the head stays in line with the tailbone. Press the outside edge of the back foot down as you exhale and bend the front leg down towards a right angle. And then into a right angle. Turn the head, look along your left arm, drop the shoulders. This is a warrior pose. This is for strengthening through the body. The gaze is along that middle finger, but your awareness should be through the middle finger on the back arm as well. Your awareness should be down through that back leg. It's very easy just to know what's going on where we can see. So really think about what's going on in the back of the body, where we've turned away from. Press into the outer blade of that back foot. Keep the toes long, gaze soft. Inhale, come up, straightening your right leg. Turn the feet to face forwards. Drop the shoulders, expand. Go to the other side. Turn your right toes in a little. Whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Again, drop the shoulders down, stretch out through the arms, and exhale. As you bend that left leg, press the right outer blade down. So we're moving slowly into the pose. Bring stability. Turn the head. Look along the left arm. Breathe. Open the fingers a little. Hit the elbows up and get your triceps to work. That'll take the work out of the shoulders, the effort out of the neck. If your neck is hot and your shoulders are beginning to feel very warm, the chances are your triceps aren't working enough. So really hit the elbows up. Press into the outside edge of that back foot more to keep that back leg grounded. That'll take the pressure off the thigh, as if the thigh is singing to you yet. If it isn't singing, maybe you could sit a little deeper. Get a little melody going on down there. Breathe. Toes soft, heel firm, legs firm. Spine ascends, breastbone lifts. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. You can heel and toe the feet in a little. It's easier to jump the legs together. Bring the fingertips together and jump the legs together. Stand tall. Lift the chest. You should be feeling much taller now. Tadasana. Virabhadrasana 2, one more time. Fingertips together. Jump the legs apart. Left toes in a little. Hold the right leg out to 90 degrees. Open through the palms. Press the outside edge of the back foot down. Exhale, bend the leg. This back thigh, roll the thigh out, make sure that the knee is facing forwards. Have a look at your back foot, press the little toe down, but then still keep a connection through that big toe so there's a balance in the foot. Femur head moves in, and then your pelvis is trying to square itself as much as possible. Okay? Check that the knee is directly over the ankle on that front foot, that it's not overshot the ankle and it's not coming towards me. Stretch out through the arms, release the shoulders down and hold. If you need to come up, but just challenge yourself that little bit extra. See whether you can hold it that little bit more. Relax the face, making space across the arms, lifting the breastbone up. Inhaling, up you come. Bring the feet to face forwards. Drop the shoulders and go to the other side. Right toes in, left leg out. So all that information applies to this side as well. Exhale, bend the knee. Back legs firm, knees facing forwards, hip moves in. Head in line with the tailbone. Pelvis opening as much as it can. Knee over the ankle, thigh parallel to the floor, perpendicular to the shin. Looking along your left arm. Spreading out through the hands. Breathe. Pressing the elbows up and the arms, taking the pressure off the shoulders. Being mindful that both feet are doing the same action. The arches are lifted, outer blades pressing down, ball of the foot, even pressing down, toes long. Inhale, come up, straightening through the leg. Bring the feet to face forwards. Fingertips together. Jump the legs together. Stand in Tadasana. Lift the kneecaps up. Take some breaths. Padangusthasana. It's a beautiful forward bend. So you're going to take the feet hip distance apart. Raise the arms up, stretch up. Lift and lengthen through both sides of the body. With an exhalation, fold forwards. Pick up the big toes. Press the thumbs onto the big toes. With an inhale, lengthen through the spine and look forwards. Okay, I'm going to spin sideways so you can see. So we've lifted and lengthened. We're now keeping from the navel, we're lifting the breastbone forwards. Still keep the gaze soft, spine long, kneecaps lifted. With an exhale, draw the elbows out to the side and start to draw the body down towards the legs. Now from here, again we want to make space, so we're lengthening forwards. This is important for the forward bends later on. Abdomen is broad and soft, legs are firm, then exhale, release the head down. And again, don't pull the head in so much that you become tense and tight in the throat. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, tipping forwards into the toes. Keep the kneecaps lifted and press the outside edges of the feet down. Now imagine that the inner leg groins don't just stop where they meet the groin. So imagine the inner legs are stretching right up towards the sacrum. So you're lifting and lengthening those inner legs more and more. What will happen is that the abdomen will soften, it will become broad, and you'll feel yourself, without actually having to pull yourself into the pose, you'll feel yourself releasing the side waist and releasing the side chest down towards the floor more with a lot less effort. Relax the gaze. Just gaze towards the back edge of your mat, towards the back edge of the room. Being mindful that the kneecaps are still lifted and the legs are firm. The inner and the outer portion of the legs working. Inhale, look forwards. Lengthen through the front of the body, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Place the hands to the waist, draw the elbows together and press into the big toes to inhale and stand back in Tadasana. I'm not going to spin to face you, I'm going to stay here. You're going to raise the arms up, we're going to do it one more time. Lift and lengthen, stretch up. And then with an exhale, fold forwards. Pick up your big toes again. Inhale, extend, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Breathe. Lengthen. Release through the back of the neck. Draw the elbows down towards the floor, increasing the length on the side waist. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Level the shoulders. Inhale, look forwards. Lengthen through the spine. Press the base of the big toes down. Release your hands. Really press them down into the floor, those big toes. What that'll do is it'll charge the inner legs. Place the hands to the waist. Draw the elbows together. Lengthen through the spine, pressing into the big toes. Inhaling, come up. Bring the legs together, feet together. Tailbone down, stretch the arms down. Look directly forwards. From here we're going to go into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay? So exhale, fold. Place the hands onto your mat. Have the hands even. Spread out through the fingers. Press the thumbs down. And then step back into your dog head down. Press the heels down as much as you can. So the direction from the calves, the skin moves down towards the heels. Then imagine that you're sucking the heels towards the toes. That'll open the ankles more and hopefully take the heels down a little more. Press the shins back. Lift the kneecaps up. And then lengthen from the hips right through to the baby fingers, both sides. On both sides. Long arms, but keep a balance through the body. Don't collapse the armpits down towards the floor. So you keep the shoulders rolling out and try and get a good length right through from the fingertips right up into the hips, from the hips down into the legs. Draw from the inner legs up into the groins. And then from the side waist down towards the hands. Keep the arches of the feet lifted as well as the arches of the hands in the center of the hands, so it feels like you're drawing the energy up into the body. Hit the hips back. And again, you'll feel as you work the legs, the abdomen broadens and softens. The breastbone is lifted towards the face, the chest is open. Look forwards. Come down onto your knees, separate the knees apart. Adho Mukha Virasana. Bring the big toes together. Exhaling, stretch back, keeping the arms long. Aiming to get your bottom down on your heels. Now from here, if your bottom doesn't reach the heels, that's fine. Just take a foam block and place it in the gap so you know exactly where your bottom is. If it does reach the bottom, don't put a block there. Take it out. Don't even put it there in the first place. And put the bottom on the heels. And then exhale, release the head down towards the floor. Pressing down into the palms. So our face
just between the eyebrows is resting on the floor. Relax the eyes, release the tongue. Breathe. Take a few moments here. Now what will happen is as the muscles release, you'll start to find you can actually lengthen into the pose. And this is, again, it's very important for the forward bends. So once you feel like you've been here for a little while, you'll feel the side ribs will start to descend a little more. Just inhale. Look forwards, lift the breastbone forwards and see whether you can get a little bit more length through those ribs. Again, relax the eyes, release the tongue. Trying to keep the arms off the floor. Don't let them collapse. If you bend the arms, you can try it if you want. Bend the arms and let them go. All of a sudden the arms feel quite heavy and dull. And yes, it feels very nice, but it doesn't feel very energized. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to spread your hands, spread the palms, spread the fingers, and just stretch them away a little bit more, and then feel how the body responds to that. Feel how the arms feel energized. After all, that's what this practice is about. Inhale, look forwards, lengthen through the spine. Walk the hands in. Bring the knees together and sit tall. Okay. You might need a foam block, and you can do this sitting flat if you wish, but know the action that the block has on the body. So you're going to stretch your legs forwards. We're going to come and sit in Dandasana. So Danda means staff. So you're going to bring the buttock flesh out and back and roll the inner knees down. Now you're aiming to get the backs of the legs pressing into the floor so that there's no gap behind the backs of the knees. It's very tricky. If the backs of the legs or the backs of the calves are very tense, you'll find it very hard to get the backs of the legs down. So we have to broaden and soften those muscles to get the backs of the knees down. Come onto the fingertips and lift up through the chest. Now try and be on the front edge of your buttock bones. If you aren't there, then you'll find that you'll be collapsing back, and this will put a strain on your lower back. If that's the case, take a foam block, a foam pad or a blanket, something to raise your seat up, and then come to there. Yeah? Spread the toes, sit tall. Lift through the chest. Have the fingers facing forwards and draw the elbows back. Spread the toes. Look directly forwards, have the gaze soft. Tailbone down, plugging into the earth. Kneecaps lifted, thighs firm. Obviously, now we've got a height, the backs of the knees won't be on the ground. Okay. So we're going to start with Janu Shirshasana. This one you can do flat or you can do on a raise. You're going to bend back your right leg and you're going to bring the heel into its own groin. So the knee actually comes past the hip or towards past the hip. Sole of the foot faces up and you press the straight leg down. Beyond the fingertips, lift and turn towards the left leg. And then with an exhalation, fold forwards towards the foot, taking both sides of the foot if you can. If you can't, then take a strap or a belt and place it around the foot. Now this is really nice anyway to do to get the lift. So hold onto the strap, inhale, lift and lengthen, look up. With an exhalation, you're going to fold forwards over the straight leg, moving the navel towards that straight leg. As the navel releases, sort of towards the midline of the leg, sit back into your right buttock. Keeping the buttocks down, you'll start to feel a lovely length through the right side of the body. When you get to your maximum, relax the head, level the shoulders, and draw the elbows away from the side waist. Keep the leg firm, kneecap lifted, inner and outer knee pressing down towards the floor, releasing the bent knee, making sure that that bent knee is comfortable. Keep relaxing the right buttock skin down towards the floor. Breathe. Lengthen further forwards with the sternum towards the face. Lifting the elbows. Sucking the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing the straight leg down. And then enjoy the pose for what it is. Stop trying, stop achieving, just be. Legs firm, bent knee releasing towards the floor. Inhale, look forwards. Lift and lengthen through the body. Moment here. Then following your next inhalation, come up. Straighten out through the right leg, open through the back of the knee. Pull the buttock flesh back on that right leg, and then bend back your left leg. Again, bringing the heel into its own groin, pressing the straight leg down, and then turn the body towards that straight leg. Fan the toes. Exhale, fold forwards towards the foot, or use a strap. Hold on to the foot. Inhale, look up. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, sitting into both buttock bones. With an exhale, fold, drawing the elbows out. Taking the foot if you can reach it. Keeping the left leg moving down towards the floor. If the knee is up and hovering, please put a prop or something underneath it so that it's supported, so you won't twist the knee. Lift the elbows, pressing the straight leg down, move deeper into the pose. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Taking the left buttock skin now down towards the floor. Leveling the shoulders, leveling the elbows. Navel moving towards that straight leg. It's not a completely even pose. We're trying to gain more length on the right side of the body. You can feel that it feels slightly more compressed than the left. Drawing the right shoulder, the left shoulder away from the ears. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Sitting into that left buttock. Press the straight leg down. Relax the face. Inhale, look forwards. Lift and lengthen. Lifting the breastbone up towards the face, moving the spine deep into the back. Look up. Inhale, come up. Stretch the leg forwards. Press the legs down, come back to a good Dandasana. Lift the chest. And let's go back to the first side again. Bend back the right leg, heel into its own groin. So if this is up and flapping around, say it's up here, what we need to do is we need to put some blocks underneath it to give it some support. Okay? Lift and turn. So one long movement now. Fold forwards, take the foot, inhale. Lift and lengthen. Sitting into the right buttock, exhale, fold. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen more over that straight leg. Release the back of the knee down towards the floor on the left leg. Really can make that leg firm. So you're actually standing on the back of the leg if you think about it that way. Standing on your buttock bones.
lengthening, lifting the front body away from the leg to create more space in the abdomen, in the front of the chest. Inhale, come up. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, sit back and stretch your right leg forwards. Bend back the left leg. Pulling the right buttock flesh back, bringing the heel of the left foot into its own groin. Turn towards that right foot. Really get the left ribs to turn. Use the hands to help yourself move. And then fold forwards, take the foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Lift the elbows up to create more space on the side waist. If you get to your maximum, release the head. So if your head doesn't reach the shin or the knee, then just let the head just relax down. So again, we're taking the effort out of the pose. Relax the eyes. Sit back into that left buttock. Make the left buttock skin move down. Draw the right leg back towards the socket so it feels firm. Doesn't feel like the leg is running away from you. Lift the inner knee, the outer knee, towards the hip, but press the back of the knee down towards the floor. Again, lift the elbows. On your next inhale, come up. Lift and lengthen. Release the hands and release the legs. Sit tall. Pull the buttock flesh out and back. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. So you're now going to bring the right leg up into the lotus. Okay, if you can't do lotus, then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to sit on a block, like so. And just draw the right leg underneath the left thigh. So this knee feels very comfortable. This is really soft. And it's the kind of thing that you don't, when you do Padmasana, you don't want to strain this knee. Okay? The flesh has to move out from the inner knee. If you can do Padmasana without straining the knee, then you're going to bend up the right leg. Just take the hand behind the back of the knee and draw the foot in. Lift the side of the foot up into the crease of the left leg. Okay, this knee again comes down. If it's up in the air, support it. So put a foam pad or blanket. Lift and lengthen through the body, fold forwards to take the foot. Inhale, extend. Press the straight leg down. Exhale. This pose feels much more even than Janu Sirsasana. Fold forwards. Lift up through the elbows, lengthen through the front of the body. The left hand can hold the right wrist and release the head down towards the shin. Press the straight leg down and lengthen through the side waist, moving the back ribs in more, allowing the breastbone to slide along that straight leg. But don't take the shoulders up following that movement. The shoulders draw back away from the ears. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. Pressing the straight leg down more and more. Getting good work through that straight leg. Inhale, extend, lift and lengthen, look up. Sit tall, release the hands and release the leg. Pull the right buttock flesh out and back. Bend up the left leg. Draw the foot in. Sit tall. Fold forwards, take the foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale, press the straight leg down, fold forwards over your right leg. Right hand now holds left wrist. Release the head down. Relax through the side waist, lengthening the side waist. Pressing that straight leg, the back of the straight leg down towards the floor. Being mindful of the left knee, making sure that that's comfortable. Again, the abdomen's broad and soft. Releasing further, deeper into the posture. Lengthening the side waist, lengthening the elbows, but drawing the shoulders back. Relax the eyes, release the tongue. Allowing the left ribs to descend to level with the right ribs. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, come up. Lengthening, straightening the arms, lifting the breastbone. Release the hands, come back to sitting. Release the leg. Press the straight legs down. Now if you want to complete the posture, leg comes back to lotus. So either sitting on the block, place the foot underneath again, or you're going to do the same lotus pose again, or we're going to take it one stage further. So that is, we bend up the right leg, we bring the foot up onto the thigh. Now, if you can't bind around the leg, take a strap and place it underneath the ankle, around the ankle of the bent leg, and then draw that over the foot. So from here, the belt is coming over the arch of the foot, and it's on the outside edge of the hip, on the left hip. Okay? Now you're going to lift and lengthen and take this right arm, stretch it forwards and bring it around. So the thumb comes down, wrap the arm around the body and see whether you can hold the big toe. If you can't hold the toe, your strap is in place and you can hold the strap. If that's too much for you and you want to just stay with going forwards with both hands, do that. Okay? So we've got the toe or the strap. Fold forwards, take the foot. Inhale, extend. Now from here the tendency is the right shoulder drags back, so draw the right shoulder forwards. And then exhale, fold over the straight leg, lifting the elbows, extending the body. One more time over that left leg. Press the foot, the ball of the foot in towards the hand and draw the shoulder away on that left arm. And take the right shoulder away too. Press the heel gently into the abdomen. Relax the face. Straight leg strong. Breathe. Lengthen the side waist again. So we're creating a really good space through our upper body, a really good grounding through our lower body. Inhale, look forwards. Come up. Release the hands. Stretch your right leg forwards. Bend back. Press the legs down and then bend up the left leg. Again, use the strap around the ankle or sit on the block, whichever modified way you're doing, or whether you're going to complete the whole pose. Sit tall, lift through the chest, stretch your left arm forwards, wrap it around, and take hold of the big toe. You just adjust. My sound pack is going all over the place. So turn the left ribs forwards this time. Fold forwards, take the foot. Inhale, extend. Look up. Exhale, fold. Over the straight leg, lifting the elbow, drawing the shoulders back. Leveling the side waist. Base the big toe on the right foot presses in. Lift the shoulder blade deep into the back. Breathe. Making space between the elbows. And as you stretch the elbows away from each other, like they do in Gomukhasana, you'll find that your body will naturally lengthen, the spine will naturally lengthen. Keeping the straight leg firm, hips firm, thighs firm, grounding through the legs, lengthening through the bodies. Inhale, extend, sit tall, lift and lengthen. Release the feet, release the legs. Sit in a good Dandasana. Lift the chest,
do Paschimottanasana. So again, if you feel like you're on the center of your buttock bones here, then you can stay like this. If you feel like you're sitting on the back edge of the buttock bones, then again sit on a pad, sit on a foam pad. If you can't reach your feet, use a strap. Otherwise, go forwards, take the sides of the feet, inhale, extend, lift and lengthen, press the straight legs down, exhale, fold. Lengthening the side waist, so going slowly into it, feeling whether you can get that space through the front of the body to be able to come in and fold deeply into your Paschimottanasana. Pressing the straight legs down, lengthening over. Keeping the feet active. So often we forget our feet in our forward bends. So spread the toes. Press the inner knees down. You'll feel that'll give you more length to your inner leg groins. It'll also help the abdomen release. As you do that, as you're focusing on that, make sure that the shoulders don't shrink towards the ears. Take the shoulders down towards the waist. Breathe. Lengthen forwards more. When you get to your maximum, just release the head down. So again, you kind of become humble to the posture. So you take the effort out, you take the force out. And just allow Paschimottanasana to do its work, to do its job. Spreading the backs of the legs. Working the fronts of the legs. Allowing the backs of the legs to spread more. Lengthening through the spine. Releasing through the body. Throat soft, face soft, eyes soft. Inhaling, look forwards. Release the hands and sit back up. Sit tall. So now to release, we've done a really intense forward bend. I'd like us to do Bhaurajasana. So you're going to have a foam block and you're going to sit on the foam block. So I'm going to face you. And you're going to take your legs around to your right. So the knees come directly forwards. You'd want to level your seat as much as you can. Lift the chest. Take your right hand onto the outside edge of your left leg and just have the palm facing the skin. Left hand behind, sitting into your right buttock bone. Turn towards your left. Turning the inner elbow forwards on the straight arm, that front arm. Look over your left shoulder. Move the spine in, the back chest spine in, the thoracic spine. Breathe. And if you want to turn the palm out on your right hand, turn the palm out and press the thumb towards the knee. Exhale, turn a little more, but keep the seat even, level. One more breath. And then your next exhalation, come back to center. Bring the legs forwards, stretch them out, and then go to the other side. So just whip your legs around to the left. So the left ankle sits on the right foot. Knees again are coming directly forwards. Just adjust your seat so you're as level as you possibly can be. You may need to wriggle to get that foot around a bit more. Sit tall, sitting into this left buttock bone as much as you can. Exhale, turn. Left hand outside edge of the knee. Extend the arm forwards. Sitting into the left buttock bone, turn away from it. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, turn a little more. Breathe. Lift through the chest. Exhale, turn a little more. spine moves deep in, broaden across the sternum. And come back to center. Stretch your legs forwards. So again, we're going to do it one more time. We're going to complete the pose this time. So either you're going to complete the pose by binding, or you're going to use a strap. Okay? So let's take your legs around to the left. I'll show you what to do. Again, level your seat, and then you need a strap. Now, the strap comes around the arm that's on the front. So if I show you, first of all, with the strap, just make a loop. Place that loop around the armpit. Okay? From there, your arm is going to come around, it's going to hold. Hand comes to the top of the thigh, and you lift and turn. Now, you may find that you can wriggle your hand forwards towards that arm. If you can, that's great, and that'll increase the turn. To complete the pose without a strap, sit forwards, take the arm forwards, wrap it around the back of your body. You can use your arm to sort of move that elbow in more and hold close to your armpit, okay? Get a good bind. Now, when you bring the hand onto the thigh, instead of just trying to straighten the arm, imagine that you're coiling the arm. So sort of allow the arm to coil towards the leg. That'll open the chest, and then you can turn, okay? From there, take the left shoulder back and look over your left shoulder, sitting into your right buttock. Exhale, turn a little more. And if you stay on that right buttock, you'll find that the intensity of the twist will sort of originate from your base, and you'll feel it through the abdomen, and then up through the ribs, up into the neck. So the neck is also released. Exhale, come back to center. Release the arm, stretch your legs forwards. And then go to the other side. Whip the legs around to your left. And again, use a strap on the arm, or just take the right arm forwards, wrap it round, holding on to your left armpit. Turn through the body, slide the hand along the thigh, the outer thigh, sitting into your left buttock. Exhale, turn towards your right shoulder. Sitting into that left buttock more. So to be able to get a good twist, you need to have a grounding. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. And lift up through the front of the body so it feels like there's a little mini back bend going on in your armpits and your upper body. Breathe. Exhale, turn a little more. And release, come back to center. Stretch your legs forwards. Okay, Shavasana, shoulder stand. So we're coming towards the end of our practice. You'll need a belt, and your belt will be for your elbows. But to measure for the distance of your elbows, if you make the loop, make sure that the belt locks so it can hold you firm, and just measure from armpit to armpit, okay? The other thing with the Iyengar method is that we do our shoulder stand on a raise, on a platform. This makes it easier for the neck. So you need 4 foam pads. Like that. Okay. Then a blanket for a little bit more softness. Placed over there. Like so, it's nice and neat, good straight edge. And then I like to put my mat over there also. Okay, it gives me a little bit of extra height. So you're going to lie down. If your hair's in a bun, I'd suggest you release your hair. And you've got your strap here. You can place it on one elbow. All right, if you're not sure, watch it once and then rewind it a little bit and then do it yourself. From there, Just roll the shoulders down and make sure that you've got enough space from your shoulders to the top edge of the mat that you're not going to roll straight off your blocks and onto the floor here. So you need your shoulders to be supported and the back of the neck to feel soft. Come up and over into Halasana. If your feet don't reach the floor in Halasana, you can always put your feet onto a chair or onto a height. Place the belt on your elbows to stop them from slipping out. And then you want to roll the deltoids, the fleshier part of the upper arm, down towards the floor. So you start to feel a length through the side waist. Okay? Support the back with your hands. And then just tip the hips back a little. And you can do this with straight legs or with bent legs. Raise the legs up towards the ceiling. This is where it starts to get a little bit harder to talk because I'm upside down. And draw the legs so that the ankles are above the hips, are above the shoulders. And you feel nice and long. Just check that the throat doesn't feel too compressed. And hold. So here, we've inverted ourselves. So it's very important to work the legs, to stretch them away from the hips, so that the weight of the legs isn't descending down into the abdomen. Tuck the tailbone towards the thighs, and if you feel like you haven't got work on the inner legs, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to separate the heels. Keep the big toes together, but separate the heels. And then stretch up through the legs more, getting a good lift. Lift the kneecaps. Thighs are firm. Taking the feet back. So we're trying to be as straight as we possibly can. Now lengthen not just through the fronts of the feet, but through the heels as well. Fan the toes, so we get good work through the legs. Relax the face. Keeping the hands pressing into the back of the body, but supporting, not pushing too hard. Keep the legs firm, knees facing directly forwards, inner knees moving back. Keeping the weight down on the shoulders and in the elbows so it's not coming too much into the neck. So this posture should be very soothing for the nervous system. So it's setting you up for a really good shavasana, a really good relaxation. The nature of the pose is reversing the energies through the legs. So if you think about the arteries, normally they just pump the blood down with the aid of gravity. Now they've got to work. The veins get a bit of a rest. They don't have to, the blood can just be released down towards the heart. The abdominal organs, the muscles that support them are being challenged a little, being turned upside down. So we've literally turned our physical world, our physical body, on its head. You can see your feet, spread the toes, open through the backs of the knees, keep working those legs. Legs firm, pressing down into the elbows. Breathe, just gentle inhalations and gentle exhalations. Let the gaze be soft. Don't stare hard up at the ceiling. Any firmness, allow that to be reflected up through the legs, lifting the legs off the hips. Any firmness, let that be in the elbows, supporting the back. Feel what happens when you press the elbows down into the floor. You get more lift through the side waist, more length through the sides of the body, more support from the shoulder blades. I'll just let you appreciate the pose for a little while. Obviously, if you need to come out, come out. Just notice whether your hips are level, whether your legs are doing the same thing. With an exhale, draw the feet over the head. Again, you can either bend the legs or straighten them, bring them down into halasana, into the plough. Keep support of the back and just be on the tips of the toes. Now here, it's very easy just to kind of hang about in the pose. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to roll the inner knees up towards the ceiling. Work the thighs strongly, opening through the backs of the legs so you start to feel the thighs warming. Again, still press the elbows down, giving your back some support. It brings in the work of the shoulder blades. Keep the legs firm. A couple more moments here. Inner knees up. Go on, don't let them sag. Keep the legs working, being on the tips of the toes. Lift up the side waist more. And then interlace the fingers and just stretch the arms away from the back if it's comfortable. If it's uncomfortable, if your brain says no, then don't. If you want to try it, do. Change the interlace the fingers, stretch the arms away again. Keep the legs firm, don't let them go. And then remove your belt. Paschimottanasana. You're just going to separate the knees. Keep supporting your back now with your hands. Separate the knees and bring them either side of your ears. And then if it's comfortable, grip the knees, onto the ears. And then release the hands and hold around the thighs, around the backs of the legs. Relax the eyes. Release the hands, support the back, straighten up through the legs, and with your next exhalation, supporting with the hands, gently roll out of the pose. Now we're going to rest. So to be able to rest properly, what I want you to do is I want you to slide so that your bottom goes over the pad and ends up where your head was. So you're going to just slide away over your pad. Once your bottom slides off the pad, your spine should feel nice and long. Tuck the shoulder blades deep into the back and gently cross the legs. Looking up towards the ceiling. The chest is beautifully open. The neck should feel nice and soft. Relax the inner leg groins. Relax the knees. And then change across to the legs. Keep the back of the neck long, so we're not pulling the chin in too tight. Okay. Gently bring the legs together. Roll onto your right side and sit up. Remove your props. Putting them out of the way. And then just sit in Dandasana again. And check that the center line of your body is in the center of your mat, okay? From here, as we lie down for Shavasana, check that the navel is also in line with the center line of your legs. So we've just rolled down onto our elbows. Tuck the tailbone through now. And as you do that, notice the legs just flop out to the side a little. Let the heels come together. You know that they're even. And then keep the breastbone, again in line with the navel, in line with the center line of your legs. Tuck the shoulder blades under. So if you take your arms out to about 45 degrees away from the body, press into the back of the head, and then just roll the shoulder down towards the floor. Both sides. You'll feel the shoulder blades move deeper into the back. Here, the chest now feels more open on the front of the body. And then gently close the eyes. Now, if you find it hard to have the eyes closed, you can always just put a small cloth over your eyes. That'll allow the skin to release a little bit more. So you're lying in a straight line, being mindful that your lower back feels comfortable. If it doesn't, if there feels like there's a slight pinching, then just take your thumbs and spread the buttock flesh down towards the heels on both sides and see whether that releases it. If it doesn't, then just bend up your legs and put a bolster or a pillow underneath the backs of the knees. I'll show you how to do that on another session. Relax the eyes. So the eyes no longer feel like they're pushing forwards. So the eyelids no longer feel like they're pressing down. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth and relax the lower jaw. As you release the face, be mindful that you don't lose that gentle lift of the breastbone that allows the heart to feel uplifted. Release across the shoulders. As you release across the shoulders, allow your arms to feel long. You can straighten the arms now. So you're getting maximum contact with the floor. Fingers are gently curled. Palms are soft. Release the side waist. And just be aware of how you're lying on your pelvis. If you need to adjust yourself so that you feel balanced on your pelvis, adjust yourself. So now we've turned what has been very physical external movements. We've taken our energy to fill that space. We've now made the body very still, and we're using our energetic mind to go into those areas that might hold any tension, any gripping, allowing those spaces to be released. Feel how the exhalation releases the abdomen down. When you exhale, the belly releases towards the spine. When you inhale, how it gently rises away from the spine. Also, though, use the exhalation to spread the muscles to release the muscles. So we brought our attention from the crown of the head so far down towards the side waist. Now the lower abdomen and the hips release there. Relax the buttocks. Release the thighs. Opening through the backs of the knees. Softening the calves. Releasing down through the legs. So the awareness, the energies, feel very vertical, very long, from the crown of the head through into the heels of the hands, through to the fingertips, and from the crown of the head down towards the soles of the feet, the heels and the toes. Everywhere that the body is touching the floor, allow the skin to soften there, to release there, without tensing the eyes, tensing the throat, tensing the face. Spreading the skin, spreading the body, releasing, letting go. Take a long, slow, smooth inhalation through the nose and a long, slow, smooth exhalation, still through the nose. Lower jaw soft, tongue soft, face soft. Letting the body soften with each exhale. You can stay here as long as you want. If you feel the benefits of Shavasana, the longer you stay, the deeper you'll penetrate, the deeper you'll go inside your body. The more you'll be able to release, the more you'll be able to let go of any tension. When and if you're ready to get up, just deepen. Or naturally the inhalation will deepen when your body is ready to come up. When that happens, breathe up into the chest, gently open the fingers, fan the toes. Don't be too quick to move out of this posture. Remember how long it's taken to get into it. And one at a time, bend the elbows and place your hands on your abdomen. Rest there. And then one at a time, bend up the legs. Be grateful to your body for the movement that it has. With an exhale, roll onto your right side, keeping the eyes closed, keeping the head down. Place your right hand underneath your head, maybe with your left hand there also as a pillow. Rest on your right side. Again, allowing gravity to release the muscles down towards the floor. Just deepening the breath a little. And gently just allow the eyes to open, allowing the light to filter back through the eyelids, through the eyelashes. Don't stare, just let the gaze, like the picture, what you can see, just go into the brain without judging. So you're not looking at anything. The eyes are open, but they're still resting. The face looks towards the floor. Press with your left hand to sit back up. Come to Sukhasana or Padmasana, just a comfortable sitting pose. Rest the hands, lift the spine. Sit for a moment until you're ready to get on with the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me with the practice. Namaste.